Why is it that a lot of women in their 40s that have a great capacity of making a lot of money start to have this underlying feeling of going broke? They have a great job that pays them well. They have a business that is making them a lot of money. They have a savings account that is booming, an investment account, great portfolios. They even have a retirement fund. But still, they wake up every morning feeling so insecure around money. They feel like when they retire in their 50s, 60s, even 70, that they won't have enough money to take care of themselves. Why is that feeling coming up for them? On today's video, I'm going to share a few points on why women in their 40s start to feel insecure around money and what they need to do to fix that right now. My name is Victoria Honey, and I support women navigating perimenopause alongside leadership, their relationship, and their earning power so that they can feel confident to thrive through perimenopause. One, earning more money is not what creates security. Learning how to hold more money, it's what creates security. And a lot of us, we haven't built the capacity to be able to learn how to hold more money or allow our money to work for us. Most of us have, we're still operating as when we were younger, when we were 20, when we were 30, which means we need to be present at a specific job to be able to make more money. We have to prove ourselves to our bosses to be able to keep our job. We need to, give a certain amount of hours to be able to make more money. But the older we get, we don't have the energy to be able to do that. And because of that, a lot of us start to feel a little bit more fearful because we've linked our energy to the amount of money that we have. Because going through perimenopause, of course, you start to lose all the hormones that gives us all the strength to be able to perform. And we are feeling like we are not going to be able to give as much to be able to have the money that we have. And a lot of us as well, we feel like, we make more money, we make our money, and then we're living still paycheck to paycheck. And that feeling alone doesn't make us feel secure, especially when we feel like we don't have all the energy to be able to keep up with that paycheck to paycheck. So we need to start to flip the idea. How can we make money work for us instead of us having to work for the money? How can we make more money to work for us? So my advice would be, how can we use our intellectual assets to work for us? How can we flip the idea of working for money to using our own intellectual asset to work for us? So what are you going to do with your own intellectual asset? How can you package your own intellectual asset in a way that you can charge more for it? You don't have to prove yourself to be able to charge for your intellectual asset. You already have over 20 or 40 years of intellectual asset, so it's worth something. So we need to be able to build the self-confidence to be able to put that in a package and have that offer to the world. So in our 40s, it's not about the amount of money that we have that makes us feel secure. What makes us feel secure is the capacity to be able to hold more money and the capacity to help allow money to work for us that makes us feel secure when it comes to more money. Two, a lot of us have upgraded our lifestyle, but we haven't upgraded our identity. So we make great money, from our job or from our businesses. Then we've upgraded our car, we upgraded our houses, we've upgraded our wardrobe, and our lifestyle is pretty glamorous, but we're still living in the past story of lack. That's what a lot of people are doing. So what are you doing to increase your self-worth? Are you still living with the self-worth of you need to prove yourself, you need to be validated by the external world? Because that's why a lot of people spend beyond themselves. They want to be validated by the external world that they've done a lot of work. A lot of us have grown up with the idea of proving ourselves with the external world, especially us when we grow up as kids and we have to prove ourselves with our grades. And with our grades, we are good enough. So that's why a lot of people spend so much money, buying these external things to prove themselves. But that doesn't make them feel worthy. So we need to do the internal work to make us feel worthy around whatever it is that we've achieved. Because the internal work it almost feels very subtle, but it's what shifts the scarcity around at the body level. It's what does the work at the body level. Because scarcity is not about the things that surrounds us. It's about how we feel around money, right? And if we're feeling unworthy, if we're feeling undeserving, and we still feel like we have to prove ourselves to make more money, then we can't fix it. So the inner work is what's supposed to be done. We have to have this feeling of unconditional safety, no matter what is happening around us. We have to have that we are great enough, we are good enough, we are perfect, no matter how old we are. That we are worthy of whatever it is that we want to achieve. That we don't have to have these external factors to make us feel good. Whereas when you're feeling insecure around money, you're feeling that you don't have enough to be able to keep up with that external lifestyle that you've built for yourself. And then you keep on pumping money onto these external factors to make you feel good. But then you feel like you don't have all the energy to be able to keep up with that lifestyle. Then you're going to feel that everything is going to collapse underneath your feet. So what I would like to invite you to do is to do the inner work. What would make you feel worthy around whatever it is that you've done? What is going to make you feel worthy? How can you embody that essence of worthiness? One of the practices that I love to do is I love to, have my own affirmation that I create with, that I do with breath work or what I do with meditation. I love to do these in the mornings, that I'm worthy of money. Money loves me. Money flows to me effortlessly. I don't have to work hard for money. My money doubles. I don't have to work hard to make more money. Money comes easily to me. Money comes automatically to me. So I work with those mindsets with meditation, with breath work, with pleasure practices, and I just read, encode, and recite those mantras and encode my body with those truths. Because when you feel that at the body level, then the scarcity would the noise of the scarcity would subside, and then you start to feel more confident because there's no external work that is going to make you feel worthy than the internal work itself. And you're the only one that can give yourself that essence of worthiness. And you can only do it by doing some inner work like journaling, practices, affirmation, and seeing yourself as a worthy person and knowing that even if you don't have all the external factors, you're still deserving of money as well. Three, we feel scarcity when we have a depletion of energy. A lot of us are funding the lifestyle of our family or the people that are around us. We're giving us all our time. We're giving them all our energy. We're allowing them to break our boundaries. And when we feel depleted at the end of the day, we feel like we're not going to be able to take care of ourselves with our fun. It's all linked together as far, when you link your energy to, making more money and then you don't have enough energy, you're going to feel like your funds are going to dry up as well. So I want to invite you to check in with that. What aspects of your life are energy leaking? Check in with that. Where are you leaking energy when it comes to your children? Where are you leaking energy when it comes to your work? Where are you leaking energy when it comes to your family? Where are you leaking energy when it comes to your partner? Check in with that and block those energy leaks, because the more energy you have, the better you're going to start to feel. Not that it's interrelated to, money itself, but when you don't have a lot of energy, you're going to feel like you don't have enough energy to be able to do the work that you need to do to be able to make money. So I like to use the analogy of the garden. What do you need to weed out of your life today to help your garden to blossom? What do you need to water that already exists in your garden today to allow your garden to blossom? And then what do you need to add to your garden today to make your garden to blossom? Those are the three analogies. So what do you need to remove from your garden? Those are weeds. Remove all the things that are draining your energy. Family, friends, scrolling on the internet, scrolling on social media, Netflix, eating crappy food, wasting all your energies where you shouldn't be putting your energy, gossiping, all those kind of things, games, just block those energy leaks away. Then you need to add things that you can do that feels nourishing, that adds to your life. Meditation, of course, exercising, eating healthy, hiring support, just doing all the things that you need to do. Having more rest is even important. And rest, add more time for that. Put that into your life as well. And then what do you need to add that you don't have in your system that you can add to help you to feel more nourished and help you feel more energy? Look into that. What do you need to add into your life to help you feel energized? Because when you wake up every morning with a lot of energy, you feel like you can conquer the world. But when you wake up feeling exhausted and tired and feel like you don't have anything to give anyone, because even money is an exchange of value, and you feel like you don't have the energy to be able to give someone anything, to be able to get anything back, you're going to start to have this underlying scarcity popping up because you feel like you're already run dry. So that's the third one. Four, your standard of more keeps going up and up. A lot of us, we are earning great money, but we haven't anchored into what it feels like to be enough. So the more money we make, we keep on chasing more money. The idea is like, let me give you an analogy. Okay, you made 20K this month. Instead of you to allow that feeling of making 20K to settle in at the body level, we're already making plans for the 50K month. And then when you get to 50K month, instead of you to allow that to settle at the body level, what are you doing? You're making plans to make 100K month. So you're not allowing your body to register enoughness. And it's a really, really bad feeling. It's a really, really bad mindset, because a lot of us, we have never been celebrated when we were young. So maybe, we had a good grade before. This is my story. I used to do really, really well at school, but then my parents never celebrated me. They make it sound as if, they make it sound as if it was normal for that. So they didn't anchor it into my body. And even when I made a bad grade, they would say I need to work hard. Then when I did all the work to get the good grade, they'll keep on telling me that that is normal. So they never anchored it into me that I've done well, or that was enough, or something. So I kept on chasing. Eventually, I just gave up because I felt like I would never get anywhere. I would never get to that final destination. So I couldn't anchor into that final destination. I ended up giving up. So, what are you doing to anchor into that abundance that you already have? No matter what it is that you're making at the moment, are you allowing yourself to really sit on it for a bit? You can sit on it for a day, you can sit on it for a month, you can sit on it for a week. One thing that I've learned to start to do at the end of the month, when I'm doing my final calculation of how I made for the month, I try to make sure that I sit on that balance for 1 week. Instead of me having all my expenses go out, I allow myself to sit on that balance, celebrate that balance, and just see that balance and anchor it into my body every month instead of me having my standing order go through. Because before I would just set my standing order at the very end of the month and then everything would go through. So I wasn't seeing the final amount of money that I was making that month. So I just felt this feeling of lack, that I wasn't making enough. So I then decided to make that a massive like moment, like a celebration moment, where at the end of the month, I'll check what's in my bank account, I celebrate it, and then I just allow myself to sit in it for a month, because that allows me to anchor into my success, into my abundance, into what I can achieve. Even if the money is going to be used to pay something else, I can see what's possible. Well, a lot of us, we haven't anchored into that feeling of enoughness. We keep chasing the next exciting thing, and it's such a bad way of living, because you never feel like you're enough. So I want to invite you to get into that practice of anchoring it into your win. Anchor deeply into the win and allow yourself to celebrate it. You can celebrate with a dance. You can celebrate by just popping a glass of wine or popping a glass of champagne. You can go out with your friends. I love to just celebrate with nice dance, or self-pleasuring a session, or just really, really allowing myself to just be in it in silence and not do anything special about it. Because I used to go out and have a drink before, and then I realized that it wasn't really good for me, especially if we're in our 40s anyway. Drinking alcohol and celebrating all the time doesn't it wasn't feeling luxurious for me anymore. It was just feeling like I was hurting my body. So I had to look for other ways that I can celebrate and anchor into my win. So start to look for beautiful ways that you can anchor in to that essence of enoughness. Because if you don't allow yourself to drop into that, you're always going to chase, you're always going to be looking for that next destination, and you will never get there. But when you start to anchor it in, your body will start to feel safe, that you've got his back, that you've got your back. That when it comes to money, that nothing is going to happen because they've seen the baseline. But if your body doesn't anchor into that baseline and just keep on chasing, you're going to put your body in survival mode. And that's what also causes us to have that underlying issue of scarcity. 5, you're making money, but you're not allowing yourself to experience pleasure. A lot of us, all we're doing is just working, 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 working. And we're not allowing ourselves to take break or to allow ourselves to really feel pleasure, feel the abundance that you're feeling. When it comes to scarcity, as I said earlier, it's not about the amount of money. You can have less money and not be in there. I remember when I was making less than 2,000, I felt richer than when I was making over 10,000, because I had too much expenses when I was earning a lot more money. When I was younger, I wasn't making a lot more money and I still had savings account. So it wasn't about the money itself, the amount itself. It's because I've encoded scarcity at the body level. And the work that we need to do is not about the external things. It's an embodied work. It's the nervous system work that we need to do. And we do that by allowing ourselves, of course, to slow down and allow ourselves to have more pleasure in our life. So when we do that, our body will start to feel that essence of richness. So a lot of us, we're busy working, just putting our hours out there. I get it. We have this belief we need to work so hard. It's almost like we have to punish ourselves. And I get it. We have to work. I'm not saying we shouldn't work, but we should still anchor into pleasure. Maybe you can have some self-care experiences. You can have a moment where you take yourself on a date. You can have some traveling experiences. You can have, a moment where you buy something super delicious or luxurious for yourself, but it's a moment that you anchor into abundance. Not that you're shopping all the time. That could be a bit of a problem, or maybe it's from a place of an inner child wound. That could be that. But then if you are just buying that special item to celebrate the abundance that you create, that's another thing in itself as well. So I want to remind you is, don't allow yourself to forget about experiencing pleasure in your life, because this pleasure is what's registered at the body level, not the work that we're doing. The work that we're doing is what creates the survival in our body. But the pleasure that we add into our life is what creates the essence of safety, what allows us to ground into that belief that I've got my back. Money has got my back. Money loves to be with me. Money loves to settle with me. But money can only be with you if it feels safe, when it feels nourished, when it feels loved, when it feels protected, when it feels that it could be circulated in the most in the most abundant way. But when it feels like you're gripping on it, that you're holding on to it, you're feeling that it's not going to stay with you, then that's when all these bills, massive unexpected bills, start to come up. So balance your life around working and pleasure. Allow yourself to infuse pleasure into your life, because not the working hard is what makes money. What actually makes the money is allowing ourselves to experience abundance at the body level and really anchor into that even further. 6, you feel poor because you're not seen, you're not emotionally seen. And that's a really, really big one, because a lot of us are not celebrated for all the work that we are putting out there. I'm not talking about us seeking out external validation, but we are in a human world. We want to be seen, we want to be celebrated. There's a part of us that want to be appreciated for the work we're doing. And if we're not feeling appreciated, we're feeling like we're doing all this for nothing. So we need that emotional intimacy. That makes us feel a little bit more secure around money as well. But if we don't feel like that, we're giving all this work, we are providing for everyone, I feel like we will have this essence of being not seen, not being taken care of as well. Because there's one thing that we have all the money in our bank account and we can do whatever we want. But there's this exchange that we get from someone that is not money. It's love, it's connection, it's intimacy, it's communication, it's I don't know, it's friendship. There's just something that grounds us at the body level when we feel that exchange coming from someone. We also makes us feel like even if we don't have all the money, someone else has got our back as well. And that feels very rich when you feel like somebody's got your back. Then you just live in life alone. And a lot of people don't have that emotional connection in their relationship with their children. So what are you going to do to build that intimacy with yourself? That's one thing, but also build a nourishing relationship with the person that you have in your life. Because if you don't have a nourishing relationship in your life, you're going to feel that they haven't got your back. And then you're going to feel that if anything terrible happens to you, they won't take care of you. They won't be able to take care of your need. And that is such a bad feeling to have, especially if you're going through perimenopause or you're going through menopause as well. Nobody wants to live life alone. We are meant to exchange life together. We're meant to pour into someone else's life and then to pour back into us as well. That gives us this essence of richness. But if we feel like we're doing life alone, I feel like that also doesn't feel good. And that makes us feel like, yeah, that's even if we haven't got our back, then no one else has got our back as well. I hope this video was helpful and it gave you some insight on why women in their 40s has this underlying issue of feeling poor or feeling this essence of lack and what you need to do to shift that. If you love videos like this, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do daily videos to support women navigating perimenopause alongside their leadership, their sexuality, and their earning power so that they can thrive through these seasons of life and have that full confidence that they will live their best life now, that they will always live their best life. So join me, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you on my next video.